Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Summer.
Today's whiskey review is a Scotch, Dalmore 12. It is a Highland Scotch. It was a retirement gift for me, and I never opened it. I'm sorry for whoever gave it to me. I can't remember because I got a lot of booze for retirement.
Comment and let us know so we can say thanks.
Yes. Good cork pop. It has a good color to it. Let's see. Oh, I'm not shaking McGillicuddy, so I must have had enough to drink today. Good color.
It's very pretty.
That was pretty heavy pour.
You gotta make it even.
That's my OCD. It's gotta be even.
See how it looks.
There we go.
I would have never noticed.
I can't cheat ya. All right, and we're straight. So this is Dalmore 12, the Dalmore. It is a Highland Scotch out of the Highland region of Scotland. As you that follow the show and those of you that know a lot about Scotch, there's several regions that produce different types of Scotches. This one is finished in ex-bourbon barrels, so once-used bourbon barrels. So a period of time it ages in once-used bourbon barrels, and then they transfer it over to Oloroso Sherry butts or casks to finish it. And that's why it's giving it that deep, rich kind of reddish, ambery color. A dark amber is coming from that Oloroso Sherry influence. And Oloroso Sherry is very fruity and high red grape and stuff like that is going to be dominant. So you're going to have a lot of those characteristics from the bourbon barrel, the once-used bourbon barrel, like your vanillas, your possible toffees or caramel or stuff like that, a little oak. But it has a really nice color. I had a feeling, we'll see what kind of legs we have here.
For those of you that may be newer to bourbon and whiskeys like I am, the legs was a new concept that I had Googled prior to hanging out with Joe last time. And I'm really fascinated by that. Really? So what causes the legs again? Can you tell the newer people?
Yeah. The legs are, as it runs down the glass, it's a viscosity level of whiskeys. If it's a real slow leg, it could be more oily. The whiskey's going to be more oily, which means it will linger on the palate longer. So your final finish, as you rinse it and finish, will kind of linger a little bit longer. Okay. So a lot of your Islay scotches that have that peat, the camphor and iodine and all that peat smoke, they have a tendency to linger for a long time.
Yeah, so there's one of those fancy words you're making a little less intimidating, but for the camera that can't see it, it's just a really pretty slow drip that you get there. That's what a leg is. Yep,
and some whiskeys, when you pour it, they just run real fast. Like
this one's pretty slow.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. I think a lot of scotches tend to be a little on the slow part, and it's 12 years old, so that's a decent age. It isn't a non-chill filtered or anything. That's a whole different animal, but this one isn't. They have, Dalmore does have a couple other, they have a 15-year and 18-year, I think, and even higher. Price on this bottle, I did have to research it because it was a gift, and when you get a gift, you usually don't know how much things cost.
Right.
It's between $70 and $80 for a fifth. So.
All right. Now, is there anything different about it being Scotch, how we would try this versus
same
bourbon?
way?
Exact same way? Okay.
You nose it, swirl it, take a small sip, acclimate to that palate. I forgot to tell everybody, and you as well, this is 40% ABV, which is 40 times 2?
80.
80. So
We're
it's
learning
80
math.
proof. Yep. 40% ABV equates to 80%.
Cool.
So its ABV is 80. Ooh, there's that. I'm not going to tell you. What are you getting?
Well, I'll tell you, as soon as you poured it and I brought it closer to my face, I was getting like a wine smell. So that grape that you were saying, I got it quicker than before even the official nose.
Yeah, and that's that Oloroso cask. And I don't know how long they age it, but by the color and the nose, I'm guessing they probably leave it in there for a little while. Has a real nice nose.
And for friends that are learning along, I'm trying to be conscientious because Joe's giving me like tips off of camera, and we promise to make it less intimidating. The nose, you don't want to go in and just sniff real big because it's gonna burn things up there, and it's gonna make your tasting experience less pleasant. So it is truly just like a gentle stick your nose in there, experience it before you even drink it.
Well said. Yep. Because there's the old cram in and you burn your nose, and some folks do like give yourself a sniffing nose mustache, kind of roll it. Different people have different techniques. Whatever works for you that gets your nose in there but not crams it in.
Just kind of adds to the experience. It's a really good layer. So what other flavors are you getting other than the grapey?
On the... Oh, there's my gurgling. We just ate.
Just ate great smash burgers, yeah.
The grape note, that red grape.
It's strong.
Like a red grape skin is real dominant.
Right.
Maybe a little apple.
Okay.
Might be a little green apple, that tart green apple.
That's what I was getting. It was like a citrus.
Yeah. Some orange, and I read some tasting notes, and they said there's some citrus hints in there as well. Yeah. So good on you.
I know.
I like that nose a lot. I like the color. It's pretty. Should we go in for a try?
We should go in for a try.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Like I always say, you want to take that first. Swish it around the mouth. Doesn't have to be a big gulp. The initial's been pretty pleasant. It's not high alcohol. 80 proof is pretty decent. It's low.
Yeah, it's not as much of a burn.
Nope.
Pretty smooth.
You being a bourbon drinker, Scotch is... I've been excited for you to start seeing Scotch and Irish, Canadian, because they're different animals altogether.
Okay.
Stupid fly.
Speaking of animals, a little fly.
Yeah. I dig it. I like it.
I do too.
The palate follows the nose. I think I have a lot of red grape. I'm not picking up any vanilla that they talked about from the bourbon note.
I'm not either. I was looking for that. Sometimes
when you take a sip, as soon as you swallow, you can bring some air in your mouth real slow. For me, sometimes enhances some of the subtle flavors that are kind of lingering in the back of the palate. It helps a lot.
Did you catch anything subtle there?
No.
I'm getting just a lot of citrus, grape, and as someone that likes wine a lot, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, okay.
I could see this being something you recommend to someone wanting to try Scotch that's a wine friend.
Okay. Yeah. We've said that before on a lot of the Oloroso Sherries.
Really?
Or some of the wines like Glenlivet's are very soft and approachable Scotches for folks. And they have that green grape or that citrusy notes where wine kind of has it, and it's approachable.
Yeah.
A lot of folks that are just getting into whiskey, if they go right to bourbons, bourbon is such a bold and robust and strong character where that can take a person and kind of tune them off from everything. They'll be like, I don't want to mess with it. But then there's so much out there with whiskeys, so many different types. And a lot of whiskey, as you let it sit, it'll oxidize a little. So the alcohol vapor is, as while we're sitting here shooting the bull, the alcohol vapors are slowly dissipating. Yeah. So it'll become a little softer. And it will change the characteristics you pick up from it as it oxidizes a little bit in the glass. Scotch, in Scotland, the Scots tend to water down their Scotch quite a lot.
Why?
So it softens it. You can drink more of it. So it's 80 proof. If you drop it to
and you're technically
60,
hydrating, so your doctor's happy.
Correct. So I, with certain Scotches, a lot of them, I'll add a little drop of water, which I'm going to do. We'll see if water does a whole lot.
I'm going to try it. See if it changes the experience.
And so for here, you can go drops like this or a pour.
I went big.
That's okay. Now, pick your glass up. See that shimmer? See the little wavies and stuff?
I do.
That's called Scotch mist.
Okay.
So when you pour water in your Scotch, as it melds or combines with the whiskey, you'll get a little shimmer, and that's called a Scotch mist.
Very nice.
So then you swirl it around a little bit, let it let it acclimate, get used to it, and kind of blend in with the whiskey. And then we'll go in for another nose, so you kind of get to experience the whiskey on another level.
Okay.
With the water. And you can do this with bourbons as well.
Right.
It's across the board, you can add water. It softened. For me, it softened the grape note.
I agree. I feel like it smells more bourbon-y now.
Yeah. That might bring out some of that vanilla.
Like, yeah, that's what I was going to say, like a oaky vanilla.
Yeah. I like it. That's okay. So water didn't hurt this whiskey. Sometimes you can pour water in a whiskey and it will flatten it.
Right.
Or for like rye whiskeys, it will bring that rye spice out. For me, I hate it. So
yeah.
I never
Was it Josh you told me liked rye a little more, so
He
water
does.
helped him taste it better. Yeah.
And he adds water to his rye and it's fine. But for me,
It's not your thing.
that's not my thing. I'm going for another try.
I'm going.
Cheers. There's a little fruit
Cheers.
fly.
I know. Cheers,
got
little
fruit
fruit fly,
fly.
buddy.
Water softened it down a lot.
It's wild how much of the citrus it absorbed in the water.
It really did.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very
like
different now.
Yeah. So what do
Not
you
bad, but different.
No, it's different. I think maybe it's bringing up some of the, like you noticed, some of the bourbon influence from the barrel. Because
Right.
at 12 years, it's probably aged in bourbon cask for quite some time.
Yeah.
Typically, when they finish something in an Oloroso Sherry butt or something like that, it's usually 6 months, 10 months, a shorter period of time because it's such a strong flavor, that wine characteristic,
Right.
that it's overpowering. Been killing flies out here.
I think the flies heard that there was fruit flavor in this, and they were ready to party.
They're ready. I'm going for another little sip. That is a nice scotch. I have to say I'm very pleased. That was a great gift. So whoever it was that gave this to me, thank you so much. I've never had the Dalmore. I've never had any of the variances. I love the bottle. It's got a big old elk on the front. It's a pretty cool looking bottle. It's affordable. I priced it at one of our liquor stores. It wasn't in stock, but it was $75.99 for a fifth.
Yeah.
Which is pretty run of the mill for scotches. You can buy them. You can go all the way up to like yellow spots for $160 or $150 a bottle. But that's a pretty standard, nice 12-year-old Scotch price. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I think. What else? What's your thoughts on your? As far as you know, this could be your first Scotch.
I think if you were interested in whiskey but intimidated by bourbon, Scotch would be a good start.
Yeah.
Because it just feels a little, I don't want to say smoother. It's not as, I don't want to say as burny.
Yeah, it's whatever.
The
Yeah, it's
Kentucky
burning.
hug is a little less.
It is.
In the Scotch.
It's a
not
Scotch.
as overwhelming.
It's a Scotch hug.
A Scotch caress.
Yes, a
if you
Scotch
will.
caress. I like
a
it.
light
That's
caress of the Scotch.
A light caress. I like that instead of the bourbon hug.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you're starting, I think that it's good.
That's awesome. I was curious what your thought process was going to be on
I
that
almost think
Scotch.
already, just last week you said you'll be able to notice the difference in Scotch and bourbon. I almost think I could already. I feel pretty confident.
There's such a difference, like
Yeah.
we talked about last video. A year from now, we're going to do a blind, and that's why Summer you were wanting to just do a bourbon, but I'm like, your palate
Throw it in.
is gonna be so heightened by then that I think we can put some Scotch, and for fun, we'll put an Islay in there and some neat stuff, and some bourbons, good quality bourbons too. But it should be fun, and we'll probably do some blinds before then of different things, but that will be like that benchmark of doing a test.
To
But
test
blinds
and
are,
see where we are.
yeah, blinds are so great, and I know you all out there love blinds because there's no truer testament on the quality of the whiskey, because we've done blinds with Pappy Van Winkle's.
Right.
And, just because you spend $600 for a bottle of whiskey, you think it's going to taste amazing. And a lot of times they do.
Yeah.
But just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's good.
It's better.
Yeah, it's not. There's some run-of-the-mill bottom shelf whiskeys across the board that are fantastic that are $28 a fifth, and they are amazing sippers. So cost isn't always the benchmark on what's quality and what's not.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should probably wrap this up. You got anything to add?
Somebody's got to stop us. No. Well, yeah, I do. So last week I was thinking after we spent time together about all the different palate experience of bourbon when you're tasting, and we talked about the chew, how you're kind of, passing around in your mouth. And I kept thinking about, what does this remind me of? And this is just random. But Willy Wonka, do you remember the gum?
Oh, yeah.
That he tasted that was three-course gum? Because I kept being like, there's a new flavor, there's a new flavor, there's a new flavor. Yep. And I was like, what does this remind me of? And that's what awesome. Was popping in my brain. So for those of you that are newer or trying things out, maybe think about it that way. It's an experience. Yes. It truly, as a drink, whiskey is an experience.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought the Willy Wonka multiple flavors and palette, because I'm going to give you all a sneak peek at next week's video.
Uh-oh.
Summer is doing her research, so she sent me it's a Woodford Reserve, does a flavor wheel. I used to have one, but I kept collecting so much whiskey crap I had to get rid of it. But they do a flavor wheel, so she sent me a link. I looked it up, and it was the one on the cheese, and you have, it's five different flavors that you pair with the Woodford Reserve to bring out one of the 222 or 212 different flavor nuances that Woodford Reserve is known for. So you'll have like a cheese, or you'll have, and this, so this is what's coming. So we're each going to have our Woodford Reserve, just the standard Distillers Select, the standard Woodford Reserve, and you pair it with these different items that's on the plate. So you chew the items, say it's the cheese, one of them was a type of cheese. Then you take a sip of your bourbon, and you determine what flavors are enhanced from that compilation. Ooh. Like y'all that eat bourbon or drink bourbon,
bourbon. We've had too much.
Yeah. Chocolates, bourbon chocolates. Yeah. Have you ever done that pairing where you take a bite and it's amazing. So this is with Woodford Reserve, good Kentucky bourbon, and different foods that you pair with it. So that was her suggestion. So I know she's at home with the baby and watching stuff.
I told you all I'd be learning. Yeah.
I love it, which was a great idea, because we haven't done that big of a pairing with Josh and I. We've done different cigar and pipe pairings and chocolates, of course.
We'll have to make a list and see how many of that. Would you say 224?
It was 2 something. I'll have to pull the website up.
Trying to battle Dr. Pepper, I think, with all the flavors. But yeah, we'll have to make a list and see how many we can pull out of those.
Yeah, it was pretty fascinating. So I thought that was a great idea too. It was a great, something new that we haven't done.
Yeah.
And it branches into the food and booze pairings, which are huge. A lot of restaurants do that now.
Oh, yeah.
Hotels do that, especially here in Kentucky. They have a lot of bourbon themed hotels that do tastings and pairings, and restaurants around here too are real popular with that kind of stuff. So excellent suggestion. I'm very tickled with that. That'll be fun. So I'm going to go shopping next week and pick up all the items we need before we film.
That's exciting. Thanks for taking the idea and running with it.
I love it. I like ideas.
Well, guys, I wanted to, before Joe tells us we're going to wrap up again, just say thank you all for all the extensions of warm welcomes around here.
Oh,
the Kentucky hug has been warm, so thank you all.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of comments. I'll have to show them to you.
Aww.
People are excited to see you, and they're welcoming, very welcoming. So
we'll make shorter videos soon.
Or will we? We get chatty. You got 2 of us, and we're both chatty.
I know. God bless us. Or God bless Megan, I guess.
There you go. She's very tolerant.
Yeah.
I guess that will. So we got some stuff coming out. What you can look forward to. Summer's first dip in the water with Scotch, not just Kentucky bourbon. Did very well. I'm excited.
Thank you.
So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. As always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons any way you like it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
I said it again.
That's okay.
We'll get there.